Now, I'm sure when most of you saw the word unravel, this popped into your mind. Let me be clear, we are not talking about Tokyo Ghoul. In recent years, one series has arisen and has become quite a notorious shonen anime. And that series is My Hero Academia, or Boku no Hero Academia if you want to pump up the V to the max. If you call it Boku no Hero, what the fuck is wrong with you? My Hero rolls off the tongue so much better. There has been one complaint about My Hero Academia. The main villain, Shigaraki Tomura, is one-dimensional, and that he is simply evil for the sake of being evil. Whereas Stain, who appeared for 3 bloody episodes, affected the entirety of the aftermath of the series. Well, where I do admit that Stain as of now is a much more developed villain, Shigaraki is by no means a one-dimensional villain. Horikoshi has been subtly passing us hints and clues, and has been slowly building up the warped individual that is Shigaraki Tomura. To begin with, exactly what do we know about Shigaraki? Well, to begin with, let's examine Stain's motivation. Stain's driving force is that he admires All Might, the number one hero, because of his ideals. Every time All Might is mentioned, Stain basically goes,
"Taking my dick in my pants." Hey.
He has admitted that he will only be allowed to be killed by All Might because to him All Might represents what a hero should be. Someone selfless and someone who doesn't give a shit about fame and money. Shigaraki is the complete opposite. He also, from so far what we know, he doesn't care about money and fame. He hates All Might, and in Season 1 this is made very clear to us when he brings over the Nomu, a mutant, to kill All Might. At that time we are not sure what he has against All Might or why he wants to kill him. Let me draw a parallel. Shigaraki and Meruem from Hunter x Hunter have had very similar beginnings. Both start off as clean slates, as they are both children. Shigaraki even refers to situations as video games and All Might as the final boss. He also has these occasional outbursts, not much unlike the tantrums of a child. This leaves room for a lot of build-up and development for the author to capitalize on. Now let me make it clear. As of now, Shigaraki doesn't hold a candle to Meruem. Meruem is one of the greatest villains in all of anime. In the future he may surpass him, but not right now. Let's get back to Shigaraki's motivation. In the recent episodes of My Hero Academia, we are shown a short flashback that offers a lot of insight into Shigaraki's character and why he does what he does. We see Shigaraki sitting on the ground, presumably in an alleyway somewhere, and his injuries all over his body. Then we see All For One coming along and extending a hand towards him and becoming a father figure for a young Shigaraki. We are also told his real name is Tenko Shimura, and we know that All Might's mentor's name is Nana Shimura, the previous holder of One For All. We also see All For One tell us that Shigaraki was waiting for a hero to rescue him and no one came. Shigaraki's quirk is decay. Now we have all these facts and information, let's connect the dots. Shigaraki's quirk is decay, and with a little bit of imagination we can imagine what his childhood was like because of his quirk. He could probably never hold his mother's hands, he could probably never play with other children, and both of these things could lead to him becoming cynical, similar to how Todoroki almost ended up, distant and furious at the world. That was probably the beginning of Shigaraki's decay, unintended. Moving on to All Might. It is very likely that Shigaraki was aware of All Might's connection with his mother, Nana Shimura, and because of this it could have led to his mother neglecting him and then eventually abandoning him because she had found someone else to love and teach, hence his hate towards All Might. Moreover, it is said by All For One that no one else came to save Shigaraki, and when All Might finally does come, it is to arrest him, it is to stop his plans and put an end to his ideals. Due to this, Shigaraki has become despondent towards the symbol of peace. We also do not know much about Shigaraki's father. What we do know is that he presumably respects his father a lot because he wears a hand on his face, that he treasures and gets extremely furious every time someone knocks the hand off his face. And this is my personal theory that Shigaraki held his dad's hands and caused it to decay, causing his mother to fear, hate and abandon him, and all Shigaraki had left was his father's hands, who had allowed him to love him, and hence he treasures that hand so much. Shigaraki's quirk is very obvious symbolism for him causing the decay of the hero society. and we can already see traces of this because of his actions. Cracks are appearing in the hero society. The media is now questioning the credibility and the capability of the heroes, which tells us that Shigaraki is a very intelligent and manipulative individual. Shigaraki also draws a parallel to Midoriya, and the relationship between the two characters is very similar to the relationship between All Might and One for All. Midoriya has the quirk One for All, which symbolizes him bringing together everyone and uniting them into an unstoppable single force, whereas Shigaraki's quirk, which is Decay, represents him dividing society into tiny pieces and reveal the rotten world for what it actually is. Hence, I think I've proven that Shigaraki is not a one-dimensional piece of shit who acts all childish because why the fuck not. He has established motivations, it's just that Horikoshi is revealing them to us very subtly.